My name is Dr. George James. As president of the Mount Sinai Medical Center, it is my privilege to be the first to welcome you here. We are all very proud of our institution, which is dedicated to the highest standards of the care of the sick, as well as to education and research in all phases of health and medicine. It takes many different kinds of skills working together as a team to maintain our program at its high level of excellence. We are delighted that you have joined this team. Each of you possesses important abilities which are essential to the success of our continued operations. While you are here, you will join all of us in taking advantage of many opportunities to increase your skills even further and to develop new ones. At this time, you are beginning your orientation into our total program. Each of us can do his own job best if he does have a real appreciation of how his work fits in with those of his colleagues. I know that after you have participated in the orientation program, you will understand even more about our great work here and your own very essential part in it.
Here on West 28th Street, the Mount Sinai Hospital began its tradition of service in 1852. Its growth was so rapid that it moved in these received the most modern medical care available. This was an exciting period. Anesthesia was becoming widely used, the role of germs in disease and infection was discovered, and techniques to combat them were developed. The School of Nursing first opened its doors. In 1904, the hospital moved to its present location at 5th Avenue and 100th Street. It was by now a major medical care and research center. In World War I and World War II, hundreds of doctors, nurses, and other personnel went with our fighting men and established military hospitals in Europe. Modern medical care and its complexities have put an end to a time when the doctor and the nurse, working unassisted, could provide all necessary services to the hospital patient. Today, the cooperative effort of thousands of people, many of them far from the patient, are required to maintain high standards of patient care. This, then, is a brief glimpse of the many helping hands behind the scenes at the Mount Sinai Hospital.
Welcome to Mount Sinai Medical Center. I'm Norman Metzger, Director of Personnel. We are proud of our institution and pleased to have you join us. You will find that we are in the forefront of technology and education, and at the same time, a center of progressive human relations. Mount Sinai is a good place to work. We are dedicated to giving service to those who need medical care and attention. I believe you will find no greater opportunity for self-fulfillment and purposeful work than here at Mount Sinai Medical Center. It's good to have you with us.
Almost everyone spends some time in a hospital. Many people are anxious in the strange surroundings. I feel a smiling face and courteous assistance from each of us helps put the patient at ease and creates that feeling that they're in good hands.
Except in emergencies, the patient's hospital stay begins here in the admissions office. Since medical treatment differs for each patient, it's important that each patient be identified clearly so that they receive only what's been prescribed for them by their doctor. Here, the detailed records maintained for each of the 36,000 new patients admitted each year is begun.
Even as the admission procedure progresses, wheels throughout the hospital have begun to turn. An escort has been provided to assist the patient from place to place and to ensure that she does not become lost or confused. Here in the admissions laboratory, samples of the patient's blood are drawn and additional necessary information is entered into the hospital record. Selected portions of this information are then transmitted by teletype to various departments throughout the hospital so that adequate preparations for the patient's care and comfort can be made. This man bears the responsibility for transporting the patient to her room. He is one of hundreds of employees working in hospital communications. In addition to knowing all areas of the hospital, he has been specially trained in human relations and is skillful at helping to put the patient at ease. His appearance and his manner contribute to the patient's feeling of confidence.
I'm from the building service department. There are more than 306 of us who work day and night to keep rooms and corridors spotless because we know that it is important for patients' comfort and health.
There are many others who are also involved in this effort.
In the hospital laundry, we collect, sort, process, and deliver over 6 million pounds of linen each year. In addition to providing sheets, pillowcases, blankets, and patient gowns, we also launder thousands of garments each week for our nurses, interns, residents, and all hospital uniform personnel. This is a tremendous job requiring the latest in automated equipment and the skilled hands of dozens of men and women.
To save valuable time for the surgeon, this woman is assembling these packs of linen in the precise order that they'll be needed in the operating room. The final step in the laundry process comes as the freshly laundered linen is redistributed throughout the hospital, ready to be used. Within a few hours of arrival, each new patient is visited by a hospital dietitian who will help the patient to select a menu and explain any special diet instructions which may have been requested for the patient by the doctor.
All of the food served at the Mount Sinai Hospital is prepared in our own kitchen. More than 8,000 meals per day are prepared, cooked, and served to patients and our hospital staff. A salad like this one requires 200 heads of lettuce and 200 pounds of tomatoes. Here in the bakery, cakes and pies are prepared by the hundreds. For each breakfast served, more than 300 dozen eggs must be cooked. Proper sanitation is always important when food is being prepared.
We use the latest equipment, and we are trained in all aspects of food service work. It takes the specialized skills of over 300 people to convert the 75,000 pounds of food delivered each week into well-balanced and properly prepared meals.
Individual trays must be assembled at the central tray service, checked by a dietitian to make certain that it is just what the doctor ordered. Each day, over 3,000 employees of the hospital have their own meals in the hospital cafeteria. Because it requires 40 stories of rooms to house our patients, insulated electric ponies operated by specially trained and licensed operators are utilized in the distribution of food. A network of underground tunnels connecting the 27 buildings in the hospital complex permit food, equipment, patients, and staff to move quickly and efficiently.
Although it's the doctor's responsibility to decide the medical treatment for each patient, it's the nurse who actually performs many of the tasks required. Because we're never more than a few steps from the patient, we're one of the doctor's primary sources of information about the patient.
Nurses from the In-Service Education Division provide the training for hundreds of auxiliary nursing personnel, such as nurse aides and unit clerks. With the information provided from many sources, the physician is prepared to provide the best possible treatment for his patient. When laboratory tests are required, hundreds of highly skilled laboratory technicians operating the most modern scientific equipment are available. This combination of men and machines have made possible rapid and precise analyses which were impossible only a few short years ago. Atomic medicine and highly automated techniques have become commonplace in the modern hospital. In many ways, the Mount Sinai Hospital stands as a model for hospitals throughout the country and the world. Here, members of the volunteer staff escort some of the thousands of annual visitors through the hospital pharmacy.
In the pharmacy, we dispense close to 1 million drug items every year for the patients, the employees, and the hospital's research laboratories. To reduce the cost, drugs are purchased in bulk and repackaged into smaller amounts. The pharmacy also prepares large quantities of standard preparations.
A detailed permanent record of all aspects of each patient's medical history is maintained in the medical record department. Maintenance of the more than 500,000 records requires the efforts of over 100 paramedical personnel, many of them with specialized training. Additions to the record made by phone are automatically recorded for later entry. If patients require additional care after their discharge, 115 specialized clinics with a combined staff of over 600 are available through the ambulatory care division. Each year, more than 300,000 individual visits are made to these clinics.
Mount Sinai Hospital, Mrs. Truman's condition is excellent. She'll be going home tomorrow.
You have been watching Mount Sinai at work for the last 15 minutes. You have seen how this famous institution has cared for patients. But this, of course, is only a movie. The reality is much more meaningful, much more personal, and much more important. You are seeing this movie because you are entering the Mount Sinai family. As the administrator of the hospital, it is my real pleasure to welcome you to this family and to the enormously important role you will play in it. Welcome, club. Now let's go to work.